Action Comics 900. Um, this is going to be a special review of sorts. Not only because this is a special issue, this is the 900th issue, which is a huge, huge milestone, but also because this small review is going to be part of a bigger review that will go up on comicvine.com. So that's going to include myself and a few other reviewers who I will leave their link or YouTube account or comicvine account down in the that thing, and eventually when the video goes up, it's going to be a mashup of our reviews of this issue, of the good, the bad, and it's just going to be one huge review for this huge issue. And I will also be posting that a link for that. So Action Comics 900 is a huge issue. It's 96 pages, and the great thing about this is that it's all new work. None of it is reprinted, which is a great thing. The main story is by Paul Cornell and Pete Woods, who does the pencils, and the main story is the conclusion to what's been going on for the past year in Action Comics with Lex Luthor and the Black Energy, and it's also the continuation for Reign of Doomsday. After that, we get these 4 smaller stories that don't really tie into the main plot, but for the most part, they're actually really good. So yeah, let me start off with the good of this issue. As we saw in the last issue, we have a good reason as to why Superman has to return to this book, and I think that that's great, because if he just returned to this book just for the sake of being back in this book, I don't think it would have been as great. So there you go. He has his reason to come back, and it's definitely a good reason. Yeah, I really enjoyed this issue because of how Pete Cornell has been developing Lex Luthor. I loved the last year of Action Comics, and yeah, it was just great seeing Superman and Lex Luthor back at it again, and it was definitely more enjoyable than the Doomsday bits. Yeah. However, the good part about the Doomsday parts is that we get the explanation as to why Doomsday has returned somewhat, and it actually makes sense, seeing the state that Lex Luthor is in. It just, Paul Cornell makes it all work. He makes it all make sense, and he does it really great. His writing is just so good. He's developed Lex Luthor so well that I really enjoyed it, and it personally, I think I'm gonna miss Lex Luthor on this book. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, the art in this issue was really great all throughout the issue, not just the Pete Woods part, but all throughout the book. It was really great, really good looking, and yeah, I enjoyed the main story, and now the other 4 little stories were also really good overall. However, I did enjoy the first story and the fourth story. Those two are my favorite out of the other four stories. The first one is written by Damon Lindelof, who's a co-creator of Lost, and the fourth one is written by David Goyer, who's the writer of the Nolan Batman movies. So yeah, they were just really good. I wouldn't spoil it for you because I believe it's definitely worth checking out. Um, each of these little stories are what, 4 or 5 pages long, but they're definitely worth it. And it was just great. Um, yeah. Now, onto the bad. Um, while I did love the whole Lex Luthor Superman bit, um, how it's all resolved, it just seemed a little anticlimactic. Um, the build-up was there. The build-up was really good. There's some really great dialogue, but once that time comes, uh, it happens and it's gone. And really, that's it. Um, yeah, that's really my main complaint. And aside from having that Doomsday part there, um, which I didn't enjoy because it just feels like it's been thrown onto each title. For example, it started off with a one shot of Steel, and then it was just thrusted into different books like Justice League, Superboy, Action Comics now. Just felt like it was thrown in there just to get the story out there. And while it somewhat fit in here, I haven't really been enjoying it, and I just don't care for Doomsday. Um, and I really don't care to see what's going to happen, but I will be reading it because Paul Cornell gets his chance to write Superman. So, yeah. Um, all in all, this issue was definitely great. I would definitely recommend you pick it up. It was so worth the $6 that you pay for. Uh, you get what you pay for. It has some top-notch creators. Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, which I forgot to mention. Um, Terrific work, and I think Gary Frank really draws a really attractive Lois Lane, which I think that's how she should be, because she's Lois Lane, and she got the world's most powerful man to fall in love with her. So she needs. That's just how I see her, as an attractive lady, but that's beside the point. Um, yeah, this wasn't perfect. The Lex Luthor story kind of faltered. Not faltered, but it wasn't as great of an ending as I was expecting. It wasn't bad. It was just it left me wanting more from it. So yeah, I usually either give it a buy, borrow, or toss. But since it will be taking part in a greater review per se, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. Definitely go out and buy it. Even if you're not reading Action Comics, this is worth your money. So give it a try, and trust me, you'll love it.